moving heavy transport away from fossil fuels usually means building out incredibly expensive electrical infrastructure,
Yeah.
like miles of high-voltage lines.
Right.
But this pilot project just skips that hurdle completely.
Okay, let's unpack this because we aren't talking about a giant battery on wheels here. This train basically carries an onboard continuous power plant.
Exactly.
I mean, it actually generates its own electricity as it rolls down the track.
Right. The engineering relies on scaling up proton exchange membrane, or PEM fuel cells. Ambient oxygen from the outside air is drawn in and combined with the onboard hydrogen.
So it's turning a stored gas into forward momentum without any combustion.
Yeah. The resulting electrochemical reaction continuously generates the electric current that drives the traction motors. And the only byproduct trailing behind the train is just water vapor and a bit of heat.
Oh, wow. But wait, a fuel cell generates a pretty steady linear flow of electricity, right?
It does, yes.
So if the train hits a steep incline or has to accelerate hard, wouldn't a steady generator just, stall out trying to meet that sudden load spike?
Yeah, that lag in throttle response is actually the main physics challenge with hydrogen transit. But the engineers solved it by making the train a hybrid.
Like with batteries.
Yep. The fuel cells are paired with a really high-capacity lithium-ion battery system.
So the batteries act as a buffer for the dynamic loads.
You got it. They deliver that burst power you need for smooth acceleration. Then, once cruising speed is reached and power demand drops, the fuel cell's excess output just recharges the battery bank.
Right.
Plus, they use regenerative braking. So when the train decelerates, the traction motors act as generators.
Recovering that forward momentum back into stored electricity.
Exactly. Which heavily reduces the total amount of hydrogen they consume on a route.
Okay, but we have to talk about safety. Storing enough highly flammable gas to move an entire commuter train. I mean, hydrogen is notoriously volatile.
Oh, absolutely. It has a super wide flammability window. Like, it ignites in air at concentrations anywhere between 4% and 75%.
Wow, so you need like a highly efficient paranoid bodyguard constantly scanning for trouble.
That's a great analogy. To manage it, the hydrogen is kept in high-pressure composite cylinders. But the primary defense is what they call a threshold-based shutdown.
Like a hypersensitive tripwire.
Yeah. The system reacts to the mere statistical possibility of a leak. The sensor array, which monitors for heat, smoke, flames, gas, it triggers at just 25% of hydrogen's lower flammability limit.
So if it detects barely 1% hydrogen in the ambient air, what happens?
It automatically severs the fuel supply, instantly. Then active ventilation kicks in to purge the gas.
Wait, but if the fuel cell shuts down, is the train just stranded on the tracks?
No, actually. The system has an isolated emergency battery backup, specifically designed to power the train to the nearest station so passengers can safely disembark.
That is incredible. So the successful rollout on the Jin-Sanapat section proves that clean, quiet transit works today, especially for routes where laying overhead wires